Hello everyone, and we are back with Lady C, and today I have my daughter Genesis joining us once again. And today we just want to talk about mother-daughter health tips. We're not experts, we're not perfect, but we just want to give you what we know and some of the things that we think will be beneficial or some key points, and just trying to live healthy and get our lifestyle back on the right track. And the reason why this segment is dear to me is because lately I've been having a lot of headaches, and like I told you before in a previous video, I want to live. So I am ready to get my life and my body, my health back on the right track. I mentioned once before that I have cut out the pork because it gives me headaches. Even my bacon, I'm cutting that out as well. Make that sacrifice. And the red meats, I've given that up. So I'm really thinking about giving some other things up because I've cut out the pork and the red meat, and I've been drinking plenty of water, but my headaches were still coming. It was still coming. And even when I called the doctor, you know, he just told me some things that I need to do, but the headaches were still ongoing. And I just want to kind of share some things with you because some of you as women may be going through some of the same things, and we definitely need to get our health in order. Genesis, have you been doing anything to kind of you know, live healthy and eat right? And so share that with us.
So I have actually been going keto. I've been on the keto diet for a couple months now. Since we've been home during quarantine, it's kind of been, you know, here and there. But as I'm in school, I have been practicing keto. So that's a low carb to no carb diet of eating. It really focuses on burning fats, eating a lot of meats. No breads, type of rice, pastas, different things like that. So I've been doing keto as well as watching my salt intake, because that's been the biggest thing, making sure I keep that on a minimum level, as well as my sugar. And I've also been going one step further with keto and not eating a whole lot of red meats. So instead of traditional pork bacon, I eat turkey bacon. I make those substitutes.
I just can't get with that turkey bacon. I've tried. You really like it?
I do. And so I really have been enjoying keto, and you know, with that, I haven't really been getting headaches. I kind of feel more energized. I've also been losing weight, and so it's really been helping me.
And I know every diet is not, and every regimen is not gonna work for everyone, because we all have different bodies, and our bodies they process foods differently, and the hormones and just everything about our body. The age come into play as far as the metabolism. You know, you don't know how your body's gonna work until you just really pay attention to it. And like Genesis was saying, that you know, she does eat meat, and except for the red meat. You eat pork?
Yes, I wish that support, but I usually stick with turkey. But in quarantine, that's all we've been having.
Have the pork. Okay. So,
I still don't eat red meat though.
Okay. So, and I know that works for you, and I've been trying to kind of to feel my body and listen to my body. It's very important that we listen to our bodies, and I've been trying to figure out what my body's trying to tell me. And well, I do know it told me to leave that pork alone, and the red meat as well. But I've been listening to a lady named Tabitha Brown. Have you heard of her?
Briefly.
Okay, she's on I think she's on Facebook as well, but I know she's on Instagram, and she has a TikTok, and she has a YouTube channel, and she cooks a lot of different vegan meals. She's a vegetarian, and you'll be surprised on how good the meals still look. And she was just kind of, I've been really listening to her. I'm not saying I'm going vegan, but I've been listening to her, and I heard her tell her testimony of about how for about a year and a half she had these headaches, ongoing headaches, and she couldn't get rid of them. And she decided to go vegan for 1 month just to see if it was going to make a difference in her, the headaches leaving in her body, and any changes, any health changes for the good. And she said after that first month, she immediately felt the headaches just leaving. They just vanished just like that. And I said to myself, these headaches have been coming now that I'm older. I want to, figure out what it is that I need to do for myself. And a lot of times people shy away from being a vegetarian. And I'm not necessarily saying that I want to give up all of my meat. Especially, I love fish and I love seafood. So, I've been doing some researching of my own, and I know that if you take on the lifestyle of a vegetarian, but you still eat your fish and seafood, then that's pescatarian. So I've been thinking about that. I looked up a lot of other different type of vegetarian lifestyles as well, and it had pescatarian, I think polytarian. I'm not sure if I pronounce it poly something, and then it had some it had flexitarian. Now the flexitarian is a person that takes on the vegan lifestyle, the vegetarian lifestyle, the diet, but every once in a while they want to be flexible with it, and then they go back to the meat. So they go back and forth, back and forth. But I don't want to do that because I know that, once I go back, sometimes you can get hooked on it. So I think I'm leaning towards pescatarian. And so I think I want to try it, but, just to start out with. So far, since May have begun, I have only well, that was just yesterday, right? May the 1st, yesterday. I started yesterday. Today is May 2nd. So yes. I started yesterday on May the 1st. So I'm going to try for the month of May to do
the pescatarian
diet and see how that does with my body, how it works with my body, and see if just eating fish or seafood will help me get rid of the headaches. And of course eating fruit and vegetables as well, because if you don't eat enough of the right type of supplements, or your proteins and all these, the dairy, you don't eat the right amount, then I can still get headaches. I can still go, my body can just go berserk, and because your body craves the necessary items that it needs. So as far as the keto, when you were talking about the keto, so that's no pasta, no bread,
all those pastas and carbs, no breads.
Okay, no breads, no pasta and carbs. Now the flat bread, can you slide that in?
That's no. We usually use that substitute like lettuce. We wrap like the chicken wraps or different things. We just wrap it in lettuce or something like that instead of rice, chia seeds, things of that nature. I will add on though, no matter what type of diet or if you decided to make it your lifestyle, everything in moderation, and you have to consider how you prepare it. I know a lot of people shy away from whether it's veganism or vegetarian, which are two different things. They say, "Oh, I can't eat things just raw." Some people do eat vegetables, plant-based foods raw in its purest form. But there's so many different recipes you can prepare a certain food or a certain group into your foods. When I first went into keto, I was saying to myself, "Oh man, I can't eat bread," but I haven't missed it. One of my substitution meals is shrimp and zucchini. Making sure I get the low salt shrimp, because I also consider the pescatarian lifestyle, and I have a few friends that actually eat
Okay.
only seafood.
Okay.
But because seafood still has high salt, and a lot of it, like crab, some of the tilapia, that's still high in salt, you still have to make sure you're preparing it correctly and eating it in moderation. So consider baking or grilling instead of frying your fish.
Oh, grilling is another good one. I do like my fried fish.
Yes, we do. But everything in moderation, that helps to, because we have these different diets about what we can't eat, but we also need to think about what we're adding to the food.
Yeah.
I know we love our seasonings, but, if you really want to make that change, you need to consider cutting back a bit, or use a different type of seasoning, use substitutes. Not a whole lot of salt, go for maybe lemon,
I've been definitely needing and to cut back on my salt intake, because that's a big part of the headaches as well. I know that I've been trying to cook without the salt, and I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing my research. So I know Mrs. Dash doesn't have salt in it, and the seasonings are really good and tasty. So I like Mrs. Dash. But now the lemon pepper, I love lemon pepper, but I know that it has salt in it as well. So I may have to cut that out a little bit. I did bake some fish last night, and I used lemon pepper, and I probably didn't use enough because it didn't have a taste at all. I didn't put enough. I was trying to be careful and not putting too much salt or seasoning on it. I didn't use salt at all, but I did use lemon pepper. And what else did I use? I used some garlic powder. I don't use garlic salt because I know that's salty, but the garlic powder, I think that's safe, and I think Mrs. Dash is safe. And so if you know of any other type of seasoning, please comment below, because I am trying to get it right. So I do need to do more research on the different type of seasoning. The lemons, that lemon juice, that flavor, that would probably, I know some people use that on their salads instead of dressing. I tried it, but it needs something else to go with it. Needs something else to go with it. But I wanna try that, and it was tilapia, and I know some people have been saying like stay away from tilapia.
Yes.
But if it's cooked right now, it is good. So I just probably didn't cook it right, but
it was special.
I normally like.
I tried it.
Oh, you did? Okay, thank you.
I'm not used to the salt, so.
And see, I'm used to the salt, so when I taste something that doesn't have salt in it, I'm like, it tastes bland. So I really got to get used to some new taste buds, and so.
And again, when you do this, look for those recipes, you guys. Even if you want to try these different lifestyles, no one's asking you to just throw a raw broccoli on your plate and say, I'm supposed to enjoy it. Like, no, even vegans don't win like that.
They don't suffer. They're not suffering.
Right. You prepare it in a way you can enjoy. There's so many cookbooks, so many recipes to really dress it up and make it the way you want it.
Okay. So if I ate chicken and fish, then that would still be considered flexitarian, because chicken is not included in the pescatarian diet. Only fish and seafood. So if I add my chicken back, then that would be flexitarian. But it
would be regular lifestyle. Because
that's in that when I looked it up.
A flexitarian. But here's the key. They said, I don't know what particular word they said, but they eat. They go back to the meat every blue moon.
The flexitarian, okay.
Meaning not so often. Maybe like once to like 3 times a year. It's not like, oh, it's Saturday, I can enjoy myself. No, it's
okay. I need to look those back up again. I thought one was with the fish and
it's a regular,
the chicken.
That's called regular lifestyle. That's called, oh, I'm just not eating red meat. That's what that's called.
Well, I'm gonna try it for 1 month. For the month of May, I'm gonna just cut back, and I'll let you all know how I'm doing without the salt.
1 month update.
Yes, and I need your help, guys. I need to get some different types of seasoning that tastes good but doesn't have all of this salt in it. I've been looking on the back of I'm starting to be more conscious right now of looking on the back of the recipe, the boxes, and the whether it's canned good or packet, and looking at the sodium intake. And some of this stuff is like through the roof. Almost everything that you're cooking with, it already comes heavy in sodium, so it's almost hard to get away from it. So the only thing you can do is make sure you rinse it off carefully, and then just don't add any more sodium to it. So what would be some other advice for me or the audience as far as just trying to live healthy? Because it's not about, before I let you know, but it's not about going on a diet. So we're not saying that you should go on a diet, because diets come and go. No one really sticks to a diet. And I know the keto is a type of diet, right?
For some people, it can become a lifestyle just like any other thing.
Yeah. So, and I wish you well on that. I was gonna try it with her, but then when I had all these headaches, I just said, well, I need to get rid of all, most of my meat, the majority of my meats right now. And if I find that I want to, add some things, then I may try the keto diet with you. I want to give up my breads and pasta too, so I have no problem with that. And that's not part of the, you can eat bread with a vegetarian lifestyle, but I just need to do more research. Make sure you research, like I'm doing, research. Make sure you know your foods, what you're putting in your body, and let's do this thing together, So is there anything that we should add before we go today as far as healthy eating?
I think the number one thing I would like to say is do not compare yourself and go your own
very good
pace. Because every time someone says, I want to start exercising, or I want to do this, I want to do that, the number one thing for me, throw away the scale. Stop staring in the mirror, say I'm gonna do this, having those pictures, and just run with it. And don't be so hard on yourself if you have a drawback and you find yourself sneaking into candy. Okay? Don't do that too many times. But do not compare yourself and just go your own journey. Find what works for you. Because the biggest mistake we make is saying, oh, I want to do this, I want to be like this, but we compare our bodies to someone else's, thinking, boom, that's how we're going to look, or that's what's going to happen with me, because genetics and just different body types play a huge factor. So don't compare yourself, go your own pace.
Okay. And always ask yourself why you're doing something.
Exactly.
If you're going to go on a diet, ask yourself why. If you're going to become a vegetarian or a pescatarian or go on a keto, ask yourself, why are you doing this? And for me personally, I'm not doing this to lose weight. I am actually doing this to live. I'm doing what I think will work for my body. And I just need to cut out some of these salty foods and cut out some of this meat, and just eat more vegetables and eat more fruit and drink more water. I just need to live healthier, because I don't want to live the rest of my life with headaches off and on, ongoing headaches. That's not a healthy lifestyle, and I'm not going to be happy. I want to be able to get up out of the bed and move around freely and not have to get back in the bed when I have another headache. So I'm doing it to just be healthy and not for a weight loss. So that is my why. So you have to ask yourself, what is the reason why you're going on a diet, or going on a lifestyle change or food change. So I think you do need to ask. That's a big question. Ask yourself why. Know what you're doing. Know your research, what you're getting into, and then know your body. If your body doesn't react to the food, the diet, in a positive manner, then you need to stop, because it's not worth it, health issues. So, okay, so today I just want to thank you. I know it was very short, but I will be having Genesis back for our health sessions or health tips. I'm going to have her back because I need someone to hold me accountable, and that will be you. So can you be my accountability partner?
I can.
Thank you, because we all need someone to be held, to help us with our accountability, and so I appreciate you.
I appreciate too.
Thank you. All right, so until next time, that's Genesis and Lady C on healthy living and health tips, and we just want to say, be blessed.
Bye, guys.